welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm gonna make something else great. I found this at Kroger, beef shaved steak, and I wanted to try it out. So I figured the best way to try it out would to be to make a nice stir fry. And of course, I've raided the deep freezer and got out some great vegetables. We got some extra fine green beans. We've got some chopped coleslaw, which is nothing but cabbage, zucchini, red peppers, green peppers, onions, and we've got this stir-fry vegetable blend from Kirkland's. You can get this like at Costco, and it's got all kinds of different frozen vegetables in it. So we're just going to get to cutting up the fresh vegetables and start getting this on so we can see just how good this meat is. Okay, of course, we want to cut up this meat. Now, those of you who are vegetarian are not going to do this because the meat is on the same block, but I just want to make sure that the meat is cut up. Like sometimes you'll get pieces like that in that shaved meat, which this is my first time using it, so I just assume you get a piece like this, you're just going to cut that fat off as much as you can and use the shaved meat. We'll just get rid of this piece because it won't be that serious. And you're just going to go through and cut this up to make sure it's going to cut up in the pan for you. You know, separate in the pan. Yeah, whichever way does it for you. Okay? So I just wanted to cut that up and make sure that was doing what it needed to do. Okay. As you can see, a little bit, 2 or 3 tablespoons full. Don't be afraid of it because, like I said, it is avocado oil. So we're going to put a burn on this meat. And while this meat is cooking, well, I guess you know I like to be on high, but we're going to turn it down a little bit because this meat is not going to be hard to cook. So we're just going to separate it out and start getting a burn on this meat. And we're going to cut up the rest of the vegetables like I was telling you so we can start getting those in there. But just tear this meat apart. It'll be very easy. And just, you know, tear it apart and get it in there because this is the meat we're using. And that's why we put it on there so we can kind of cut it in a little bit smaller pieces. You can see it, how it's doing. And then after we get that in there, we already had our onions cut up. So we are going to go ahead and throw the onions in there with it. Yeah, we are going to do that. But in the meantime, while this is getting a burn on it, we're going to start, like I said, cutting up the rest of those vegetables. You see that? Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. That meat was so lean that we wanted to make sure we used a nice amount of oil because of the lean version of that meat, except for that one piece, and we just went ahead and discarded that. So we're going to let this cook while we cut up the rest of those vegetables so we can go ahead and add them. As soon as that meat turns brown and gets a little burn on it, we're going to start adding some more. Okay, we're back here. We're going to cut up these red peppers. Yeah. And everything is a preference. Doesn't have to be a certain size or anything. Just make sure you're getting all the pepper, using all of it, not wasting any of it. Then you want to slice them, you can do that. Or dice them. Either way, like I said, it's just a preference. As long as that red onion's in there, pepper's in there, it's going to give it the flavor that you want. Now, I would use at least a half a cup to a cup. And with these small peppers, that's going to be equivalent to maybe 3 or 4. And as you can see, we've got some zucchini. We've already washed it off. Let me cut out that other end. And you're just going to take and slice that up. Woo. Woo. Okay, people. Ooh, a little therapy at the same time, y'all. Ooh, Lord. Jeez. I tell you, y'all, don't get hurt. It's not a joke. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Oh! Ooh, okay. We're going to go ahead and We are going to throw the red peppers in there. But the zucchini makes water, so even though we're going to cut it up, we're not going to add that zucchini yet. Now, I want you to look in there and see if you got some mushrooms, because I definitely want to add some mushrooms to this. Yeah, it won't be the same without your mushrooms. Now, you want at least a half a pint. At least a half a pint, okay, people? At least that. Because I love mushrooms. And there are some mushrooms in the vegetable blend, but I'm going to need a little bit more than what they're given. So we're just going to rinse these off, cut these up, and add these to the mix. Oh, Lord Jesus. Hurry, because this is about to be a no-go in a minute. Oh, Lord. I'm going to have to get a little help, y'all. Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay, we got those mushrooms cut up. A few more items we're going to need to get cut up. Now, the mushrooms can stay big. You know, like I said, all of that is just preference. Long as it's in there, the taste is going to be there. And that's the most important part, is going to be the taste. Now, let's go check on our meat and see where we are to see if we can start adding in some more of these vegetables. Oh, yeah, look at that, people. That's looking delicious. Look at there. You see those onions turning colors, but you still got a little red on your meat. So make sure you don't have any red on your meat when you get ready to add your vegetables. Yeah, we need to get a nice burn on this before we enter into that next step. Now, like I said, the vegetable blend that we're using has, let me see, it's got snap peas, green beans, carrots, mushrooms, red peppers, water chestnuts, and yellow onions. So it's got quite a bit going on in there, okay? But we're still going to determine whether we're going to need a little bit more onion or not. I don't know. We might, okay? So once you get to this point, we're going to start adding in some more. Be mindful of that water content because you don't want it to be watery, okay? Yeah, mushrooms got a little water to them, but hey, I'm hungry and I'm getting ready to start adding stuff in because I'm ready to eat and it's not done. Oh, it smells heavenly, you guys. Oh my goodness. The smell is just tremendous. It is just really, really awesome. Now, all of your dried ingredients, and I'm saying that because the vegetables we're adding are from a frozen pack. All of the vegetables that are not frozen, we want to start trying to add those in now. Because the vegetables that are frozen we're going to add is going to add some water to this. And we don't want that water until the last possible second. Okay, you're just going to start turning this. Now, after you add your mushrooms and your zucchini, we want to start adding some flavor. And that means your dry seasonings. So at this point, you want to figure out what dry seasonings you want to use. Now, you can use a stir-fry pack if you have one or whatever, but if not, just start dibbling dabbling in your spices. You know, just see what you got and what you're working with and just start adding you some stuff. Now, I've got this orange pepper. All right, once those vegetables start to get a burn on them and that meat is good and done, and right now that meat is good and done, we're going to start putting in the rest of our things for this stir fry. Now, I'm seeing my mushrooms, but I don't know if that's enough or not. But we're going to go ahead and start adding some cabbage. It's dry. It's the coleslaw. So, those of you who don't know, coleslaw is cabbage. And you know cabbage is going to break down. So, we're going to put almost all of that. And as we put that in, we are going to add some more oil. Like I told you before, we're using avocado oil. So, you're going to be okay as far as the oil because of the type of oil you're using. Okay, and we're just gonna keep stirring in this cabbage. We want some crispness to our vegetables, so we don't want to put them in and have them go to mush, okay? So be mindful of that, okay? And we're just gonna keep stirring this in. Okay, as this is stirring in, like I said, we're gonna start adding our seasonings. And this right here is gonna be your orange pepper. You're gonna add at least a teaspoon of this to it. Be mindful, you can use any of the seasonings you like. As long as they don't have a salt value, give it all you got. You can season to your heart's desire. You just don't want to, you do want to make sure that whatever you're adding does not have a salt value, because that is where you're going to have to be careful, because you don't want to over salt it. Okay, so we've got that going around in there. And we want to add some of these extra fine green beans. Some of those. Now we are starting to add the vegetables that are frozen. So be mindful, that is going to add some water to the mix. When you add water to any of your stir fries or anything, it will change the flavor. So be mindful of that. Now we're adding in the broccoli, the vegetable blend. It's got the chestnuts, the carrots, all of that in there. Now after we get these added in, we're going to put a top on it because we want those to break down and add to the mix. Okay? So when you think you have enough, just pump your brakes and pop a top on it for a few minutes until that starts to mix in and break down in your stir fry. So we're just going to put a top on that for some minutes and come back to it and see what we're working with. Now remember, if you have a stir fry packet, go ahead and add that in. That makes your job a lot easier. But do be mindful that this does have a sodium content. So this should be pretty much all you add if you use one of these packets, okay? So, you know, because you don't want to, like I said, overly salt stuff. So go ahead and put that packet in, mix it around, and then you can put that top back on it so it can marinate up. And, oh, look at that. That's just beautiful. Oh, yes. That's what we're talking about, people. That's beautiful. Okay. Stir that around a little bit and go ahead and put that top back on it and let that just marinate a while. Now, at this point, you want to go ahead and get a taste of it because it's pretty much done. You may want to let it just steam a little bit more, but go ahead and taste it because it is delicious. Now, let me know what seasonings you use when you use that shaved beef, and how did you like the taste of it, the texture, and everything, and will you use it again? Because I'm sure I will. Now, enjoy this. Have a great night. All right, we've got that steamed in there and done around. This is practically done, people. Okay. Now we're just going to get a taste of this. Oh, people, this is beautiful. Now go ahead and let that steam on out and plate that up, and you can serve it to the people you love. Let me know what you added to your stir fry to make it awesome, and if you got to try the shaved beef. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.